Good evening and welcome to Duck TV News. I'm Reed McIntyre.
And I'm Lauren Rodriguez. Here are tonight's stories. Say goodbye to the Hub. Well, not exactly, just the name. The Hub apartments were bought out by the ACC, the American Campus Communities, which is the same housing company that owns the 2125 Franklin apartments. According to the Hub staff, they have less than 60 days to rebrand and remove the old merchandise and building decor. The new name of the apartments will be the 515.
It's Brain Injury Awareness Month. Last Friday, the National Student Speech Language Hearing Association kicked it off by bringing in ex-professional snowboarder and traumatic brain injury survivor Kevin Pierce. Sienna Roma has the story.
In honor of Brain Injury Awareness Month, Kevin Pierce has come to the University of Oregon to share his story about his traumatic brain injury and the struggles that he has had to endure. In 2009, Kevin Pierce was in favor to make the 2010 Winter Olympics team. Unfortunately, due to his traumatic injury, he was never able to see the Olympic rings. He struck his head above the left eye halfway down the pipe during a half-pipe training run, and he would never again compete on a snowboard. The 2013 documentary entitled The Crash Reel documents Pierce's preparations for the 2010 Winter Olympic Games, his injury, and his subsequent rehabilitation. Pierce told Duck TV about the effects of his injury.
I never realized what our brains did and how they control our lives until I injured mine. And then I got to understand firsthand what our brains mean to us and what it took to heal it. And it's been a long road.
After his injury, Pierce started a foundation called the Love Your Brain Foundation, which promotes a positive approach to brain injury prevention. Jenna Broadhurst explains why it is important to spread awareness.
People can acquire brain injuries in a variety of ways, and it's one of those disabilities that is not seen. Its effects can be really hidden.
For Duck TV News, I'm Sienna DeRoma.
Thanks, Sienna. For more information on Kevin Pierce's foundation, visit loveyourbrain.com.
Students, if you're in search of another volunteer opportunity, look no further. Egan Warming Homes provides a safe place for homeless people to stay when temperatures drop under 30 degrees. The homes provide food, blankets, sleeping mats, and dog areas to make each person feel comfortable for a night. There are 32 locations around Eugene and Springfield. The homes are active on certain nights between November 15th and March 31st, depending on the weather. To find out the next time the warming homes will be activated, visit eganwarmingcenter.com. Now we toss it to Brett and Kylie at the sports desk.
Hello, sports fans. Welcome to the Sports Desk. I'm your host, Kylie Gelfand.
And I'm Brett Taylor. Today, we've got a ton of stuff to cover, so let's get this party started. The NCAA Women's March Madness Tournament is quickly approaching for the number 6 ranked Ducks. Sabrina Ionescu, Lexi Bando, and Ruthie Hebard led the Ducks to a strong regular season finish in the Pac-12 tournament last weekend, cruising past the Colorado Buffaloes in the quarterfinals, winning a thrilling comeback against the UCLA Bruins in the semifinals, and defeating the number 16th ranked Stanford Cardinal in the championship game. This is their first Pac-12 title in program history. Now, the women will await their future in the tournament. Games begin March 16th.
40th ranked men's tennis competed in another close match on Sunday against the Iowa Hawkeyes. Iowa pushed their lead early in singles play, winning at the number 3 and number 4 spot, putting Oregon down 3-0. Oregon tried their hardest to make a comeback, but fell short 4-2. Looking ahead, Oregon will open conference play against UCLA this Friday at 5 p.m.
The men's basketball team tips off against the Washington State Cougars tonight in the Pac-12 tournament. The Ducks need to make a deep run or their chances of getting a bid to the big dance are slim to none. This past week, the team went 1-1 against the Washington schools. The Ducks lost the first game against Washington State in a nail-biter in which Payne Pritchard missed a game-winning 3 as time expired. The Ducks rebounded against the Washington Huskies with the help of Pritchard, leading the Ducks to a victory 72-64. Check out our update Sunday evening for results of the tournament.
Oregon has had quite a few new coaches thrown into the mix for next year's football season. Micah Mew takes a look at one of the latest additions to Oregon's football staff on the streets of Eugene.
Hey guys, it's Micah Mew. I'm here on campus and I'm going to be asking people what they think about our new strength and conditioning coach, Aaron Feld. Who do you think this person is?
I have no idea. I guess some kind of wrestler, and it seems like he's from Oregon.
No idea.
If you had to take a guess, what do you think he does?
Wrestler.
I don't know what those knee pads are for. I don't know, wrestling? I have no idea.
That's the new strength and conditioning coach. I think his last name's like Aaron Felds or Fights or something like that.
Oh, Aaron Feld, right? There you go. That's who it is.
If you had to take a guess at what his name is, what would you say?
Heinrich.
Leach. Coach Leach.
I'm gonna say Wilson. I just got back from living in France, so I'm thinking like a real sort of like Frenchy sort of like Jacques or some sort of like, I don't know.
What do you think of his mustache?
I like the mustache. Handlebar's classic.
Pretty awesome, actually. That's pretty impressive. What the heck?
It's better than the guys on the right.
I like it. It's a little scary, but good for him. Good for him.
I love it. That's a good look. That's a great look. I wish I could grow that.
It's kind of a trendier look. I've seen it elsewhere before, but it's nice. It's creative.
So it seems like we need to brush up on our football knowledge before the season starts this fall. For Duck TV Sports, I'm Micah Mew.
Thanks, Micah. Brett, you should think about growing a mustache.
That's a no from me. Next week, the Oregon Ducks baseball team will face the UC Davis Aggies in a 4-game series at home. Over the weekend, the Ducks took their series over Florida Atlantic 3-1. Oregon pitching had its highs and lows this weekend. Friday night, Matt Mercer went 7 innings with 6 strikeouts. But on Saturday, the Ducks allowed 5 runs to the Owls. Final score was 5-1. After being blown out on Saturday, the Ducks rebounded, winning both games on Sunday and Monday, taking the series 3-1.
Oregon will head into Pac-12 play with their best non-conference record since 2013. They secured their 4th win in a row last weekend with a 5-2 victory over Fresno State Saturday afternoon. Julia Lillian ended a 5-match singles winning streak, and Sang Won became the first Duck to record 10 wins this spring season. Oregon will open conference play against Washington on Friday at 1:30 p.m.
For Shweta Sangwan, being at the UO means more than just playing women's tennis. Mariah Mills has the story.
Shweta Sangwan came to America in August of 2010 from her home country of India. She moved from Florida to Oregon when she was recruited by the UO women's tennis team.
The main reason I came here, coaches told me they're we don't have much to say to you right now because we're restarting the program, but we're going to rebuild it. And I believed in that vision, and that's what made me move all the way across from Florida to here without knowing anyone.
Sangwan became involved with UO's Women in Flight because she's passionate about females and equality.
I'm super passionate about doing work for females. It's not really, India's not very equal with how males and females are treated, so I just wanted to do it because personal reasons, and it drives me and motivates me to do something like that, especially for all the hardships I have gone through coming from India. It makes me cringe and makes me angry, so I was well, I can't be back home, but I could do something from here. So I was this is something I'm passionate about.
She's also passionate about her internship with the athletic department and being able to use her voice against rape culture.
What I enjoy the most is student athletes learning about it, and also for me personally to be able to work on skills such as organizing and communication and all that. So just learning and growing, I would say. I want to leave here with a legacy. I want to be the best self that I can be.
Reporting for Duck TV Sports, I'm Mariah Mills.
Thanks, Mariah. Keeping it with Women in Flight, the Oregon softball team will return home tomorrow for their first home game of the season. The Ducks faced a rough loss against Florida State in the final game of the unconquered Invitational. Megan Kleiss threw the second no-hitter of her career, but 2 unearned runs in the 4th is what ended their 8-game winning streak. Despite Sunday's loss, the Ducks won 6 of 7 games over the span of 4 days. They welcome Toledo, Weber State, Montana, and Bryant for the Oregon Invitational tomorrow through Sunday. That's all we have for you this week.
Be sure to follow all of our social media on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
Thanks for tuning in. Now back to Lauren and Reed on the news desk.
Thanks, guys. Papa's Soul Food is not coming back, but the building where it was is getting new life. A new Italian restaurant named Bari Trattoria is set to open there in mid-March. Last November, two brothers, Sean and Samuel Verkler, bought the building for almost $400,000. The new restaurant's menu will feature dishes from southern Italy, which uses more lamb and seafood than the northern half of the country, and, not to mention, margarita pizza. This family business hopes to create a new community hotspot.
Bringing it back to campus, this past Friday, All Sizes Fit and the Women of Color Coalition came together to put on a fashion show with a powerful message. Reporter Bailey White has more on the story.
I'm here at the All Sizes Fit fashion show at GSH, themed as Comfortable in Your Own Jeans. The show promotes healthy body image and having confidence in yourself.
UO students gathered at the GSH Great Room to watch their peers and friends participate in the fashion show. Co-event coordinator Brianna Green tells us why she got involved with this event.
We also heard about All Sizes Fit Week, which helps with body image positivity, and so we just thought it would be a great fit, and I wanted to be a part of it.
The event is hosted by the Women of Color Coalition, which is a newer organization on campus. People of all sizes, shapes, genders, races, ethnicities, and abilities are encouraged to participate to be highlighted for their beauty. During intermission, different cultural and diverse campus organizations perform for the audience. It was important for these acts to emphasize the cultural diversity evident on campus. One of the groups that performed was a Latino-based fraternity known as Sigma Lambda Beta. Other co-event coordinator Edmi Vega shares why she thinks it's important to join in on events like this one.
Join us in helping transform this campus into a more inclusive place. I know we have a few events planned for spring, so if you like our page on Facebook, you'll get notified for that, and definitely we're always looking for volunteers and new members.
For Duck TV News, I'm Bailey White.
For more information on how to get involved with the Women of Color Coalition, visit uoregon.orgsync.com.
Keeping it on campus, the Museum of Natural and Cultural History on the UO campus is unveiling a new exhibit. This exhibit will showcase articles ranging from monkey skulls to fossil soils and cultural objects from around the globe. Lauren Willis, the exhibit developer, shares more on this topic.
I think it's really fun for people who are at the U of O to come and see it because it shows off the diversity of the museum's collections, and it gives them a chance to see things that might not otherwise be on display.
UO student researchers and faculty members will be sharing stories about how the museum's collections helped unravel mysteries about the world. UO faculty, staff, and students are invited to the exhibit's preview showing on Friday, March 2nd from 5 to 7 p.m.
The Democracy Under Pressure Speaker Series has begun. Last Wednesday, speakers spoke about the challenges that we face in the U.S. democracy, as well as radical politics and rights. UO professor Rocio Zambrand discussed the economical and historical debt of Puerto Rico and the hardships they have experienced. These events are sponsored by the William Morse Center and are free and open to the public. The series will run weekly in the Knight Law Center until spring term. For more information, check out their website, waynemorecenter.uoregon.edu. That's all for this week's episode. Thanks for tuning in.
Be sure to follow us on Instagram and Twitter at DuckTV News. Have a great night, Eugene.